Hello. I wonder when you wake up in the morning whether you go into the bathroom to brush your teeth and you look in the mirror and you think to yourself, oh, I wish I looked a little bit more like Avril Lavigne or Miley Cyrus or somebody like that. And that's just the boys. But no, seriously, many of us, we look in the mirror, don't we, and we see ourselves and we think, oh, I wish I was a bit taller or shorter, or my hair was darker or lighter, I was a bit sort of, more muscular, I was a bit skinnier or whatever. And I was watching a television program just a few years ago, and I was looking at this program about girls aged between about 9 and 12, and they were all desperately trying to be like one of their favourite pop stars or film stars or whatever. And there's one girl in particular, she wanted to look like Claudia Schiffer. Now, Claudia Schiffer is a model. She's very, very tall. She's got blonde hair. She's got legs that seem to go all the way up to her armpits. So this particular girl wanted to be like Claudia Schiffer. So she was on a diet. She was going to the gym every night when she was at home. She was going out for runs so that she could look like Claudia Schiffer. The trouble is, she was Chinese, so there was no way that she was ever going to be able to look like Claudia Schiffer. And in a sense, it kind of broke my heart. I thought it was so sad that this very pretty young girl wanted to be something that she never could be. You see, we can't change too much about ourselves, can we? And when God looks at us, God looks at us and he doesn't think, oh, I wish they were a bit taller or a bit shorter or a bit kind of this or a bit that. When God looks at you, he thinks that you are fantastic. Because you see, God, he was involved in the very makeup of you, and he thinks you're brilliant. Well, I've been thinking about this, and I've been sort of doing some work in my sketchbook, and I've got lots and lots of pictures here in my sketchbook. So you won't laugh when I show it to you, will you? Because I'm not that good at drawing. But here we go. Here's my first one. I said you weren't supposed to laugh. There are things that we can change about ourselves, aren't there? And the things that we can't change about ourselves. And there's not much we can do to change the way we look. I mean, we can grow a hair or cut it shorter. We can diet. We can put ribbons in it, those kind of things. But you can't pick your nose for it. Well, you can pick your nose, but you can't choose your nose. The nose that you've got in the middle of your face is the nose that you kind of you're stuck with. And I know that if you have lots of money, you can have plastic surgery and you can change things about yourself. But the trouble is with that, you can end up looking, you can look like some sort of grotesque doll if you're not careful. But the great thing about my sort of book here is I can actually change it, because I've split it into 3 kind of categories here like this. So I can, if I want, I can change my hairstyle. That's a great hairstyle. I think that's a really good one. I like that one. But there's lots of other hairstyles that we could go for. We could go for brown hair, for instance. But I'm going to stick with that. And the same with the middle. If you don't like those eyes or that nose, we can change that. We could go for that. That was kind of funny. We could go for that one. We could go for that, like there, or we could have a pair of sunglasses on. We could change that at the bottom of it. We could go for a different mouth. Then we could go for a hey kind of mouth. We could go for a nice smiley mouth. We could go for a weird mouth. But I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to select a special person of the day today. And what we're going to do is I'm going to get, normally I would let you do it, but I'm going to get my cameraman to select this person. And so I'm going to turn this way so you can't see what's going on. And I'm going to flick through. I'm going to say to my cameraman, as I go through, I'm going to say, just stop wherever it is that you want to stop. We'll do the head first. So here we go. Anytime you want to say stop.
Stop.
Oh, right there at the beginning. That's the bit there. So we'll do the eyes and the mouth. We'll flick through those. Say stop when you want.
Stop.
Just there. And the last one is to do the mouth and the chin. So anytime you want to say stop.
Stop.
Okay. So here we go. We've got the person that has been chosen by my cameraman. And let's have a look. Get it all lined up nicely to see what we've chosen for the special person of the day. There we go. There is a special person of today. Not bad, I think. Now, wouldn't it be amazing because on my table here, I've got an envelope. And in my envelope, I kind of sat and chose the person I thought might be chosen by the cameraman when I was at my desk this morning. So let's just, that's better. Also, it doesn't sit very well on a stand. So this was the person I was thinking about. What would the cameraman choose? What would you choose at home if you were stopping? What kind of person would we have ended up with? Well, I thought about it and I kind of drew out the person that I thought might just choose. Wouldn't it be amazing if what my picture here matched the picture here that we chose completely at random? That'd be great, wouldn't it? Let's see. There we go. It does match. How amazing is that? Well, as I said, we can't change very much about what we're like on the outside. There are things we can change, but sometimes we wish we could change things just as easy as we did by flicking through. But as I said, God, in one of the Psalms, Psalm 139, God said that He just thinks you're amazing, you're fantastic, just the way you are, because in a sense, He kind of had a blueprint in His mind as to what you were going to be like, right from before you were born, when you were still in your mummy's tummy. God knew all about you, knew what you were going to be like and what you were going to look like. So we can't change much about what we're like on the outside, but we can change much more about what we're like on the inside. You see, the kind of choices that we make, and we make choices every day, affect the kind of person that we are on the inside. So for instance, if you go to school with a big bag of sweets, you've got a choice to make. You can choose to share that with people, or you can choose to be selfish and eat them all yourself. If there's a new child that moves into a town, comes to your school, say, you can choose whether you're going to be friends with them and show them around, or whether you're going to just ignore them and that. You choose every day whether you're going to be kind or you're going to be unkind. And those choices that you make every day, they affect the person that we are on the inside. Bad choices make a mess of us on the inside. And good choices make us obviously much more likeable. And the choices that we make, and that's affect us. That's the reason why our parents and our grandparents and our teachers try to help us to make good choices. You see, the bad choices, that if we make lots and lots of bad choices, affects the way that we are, makes a mess of us on the inside. It creates kind of like a barrier. It's a barrier that stops other people wanting to be friends with us. But it's also a barrier with God and stops God being able to be friends with us. And that is a bit of a problem, isn't it? But you know what? There's good news. God knew us from the beginning, before we were born. He knew what we looked like. He's got a plan of what He wants our lives to be like on the inside. But I want to just let you into a secret. We're talking about the outside and the inside. When you make friends with somebody, you don't make friends with them because of what they look like on the outside, do you? You make friends with someone because of what they're like on the inside. And when you're older and you fall in love with somebody, you don't fall in love with someone because of what they look like on the outside. I mean, you might look at someone and think, oh, they look nice, I'd like to get to know them better. But actually we fall in love with someone because of what they're like on the inside. So it's what we're like on the inside is the most important thing. And the good news is that God is interested in what we're like on the inside. He wants to help us to become the kind of people that He wants us to be on the inside. And so we need to do something about that mess. And it's really simple. The thing that we can do is we can ask God to help us. So we need to turn to Him, say that we're sorry, and we need to stop doing those wrong things and saying those wrong things and kind of follow God. Ask Him to be our friend, to help us, to follow us. So it's stopping doing it, turning away from those things, turning to God, asking Him to help us. And the great news is that if we do that, God will take away those bad things. He will help us to sort of clean us up on the inside, help us to live the kind of life and become the person that He wants us to be. And my prayer for you is this, that you'll be content with the person that you are on the outside. And also, my prayer is that you'll ask God to help you to make good choices and to be the person that He wants you to be on the inside.